I started my journey as a content creator almost 14 years ago, and I often think about what I would do differently if I had the chance to start over now. Don't get me wrong, I don't have regrets. Well, not that many anyway, but we'll touch on that more in a minute. Overall, I'm very grateful for where I'm at now with my YouTube channel and my Instagram and my podcast. But let's be honest, it did not need to take me 14 years to get here. I could have done this more efficiently and with less struggle and confusion. If you're getting started as a creator, or maybe you've already started, but you're questioning some decisions, I think this will be an interesting conversation for you. I'm gonna reflect on some of the things that I would do differently if I was starting over now, including the one regret that I do have about how I went about growing my channel, so that hopefully you can avoid it and gather some helpful tips from me along the way. It's been a while since we just chatted, so welcome back to another coffee chat with Katie. I just got myself this shiny new espresso machine as a birthday gift to myself. That means, yes, it is the rules. You do have to say happy birthday to me in the comments. I am loving it so far, so we're gonna make an at-home latte today while we chat about what I do differently if I was growing my YouTube channel now. All right, so you wanna know the one regret that I have about how I grew my YouTube channel? I wish that I would have branched out of my niche sooner. I think it is possible to pivot, right? I've talked about that at length in other videos actually. However, I think it's easier to pivot when you have a smaller audience. This is my theory about how the algorithm works. When you're an established creator, you have an audience that already expects something specific from you. And then maybe you publish a new type of video that's outside of your niche. This video is going to be shown to your existing viewers first, like your subscribers or people that tend to click on your videos on the homepage. YouTube expects that these people will like this video because they've liked your videos in the past. So regardless of the topic, your new upload is going to be shown to them first. If it's something they're not interested in though, they won't click on it, leading to a low click-through rate and therefore your video not being propagated further in the algorithm. Whereas when your channel isn't as established yet, YouTube can't default to just showing your videos to your existing viewers because you might not have that many yet. Instead, the algorithm will show your video to a variety of people. These people may be more likely to click if they connect with the topic that your video is about, which could lead to a higher click-through rate and therefore your video going further in the algorithm. Do you get what I'm saying here? Basically, if you're trying to branch out, your existing audience might be dragging down your click-through rate. In my mind, it's kind of about volume. Like I feel like if the YouTube algorithm sees 10,000 uninterested subscribers, it's not gonna be weighted as heavily as like 100,000 uninterested subscribers. So basically, the larger the audience, the more risky and difficult a pivot becomes. So if I was starting from scratch, I would use this posting schedule to allow myself to branch out a little bit sooner. I'd post weekly videos and every other week I'd post something targeted towards search, something more outward focused. Maybe that answers a question or provides a solution to a problem. On alternating weeks, I'd post something more vlog style or more inward focused, something that really highlights my personality and my other interests. That way, ideally from the start, I'm attracting not only subscribers that are interested in the topics that I want to talk about, but also are invested in me as a person. I'll be honest, this will probably lead to slower growth than just going all in on the outward focused videos, but it will provide more longevity to your career and an audience that genuinely cares about you. This is truly my only regret when it comes to my YouTube channel. I really wish I was more strategic about this earlier rather than just chasing having my videos show up in the search results. So this next one is less of a regret and more of a, oh, poor past Katie. I wish she would have figured this out sooner. If I was starting over on YouTube now, I would commit some serious time to learning about how the YouTube algorithm works. I feel like I had a vague sense of this when I got started, but I was so overwhelmingly focused on just getting my videos to show up in search results, I wasn't even thinking about homepage recommendations. And to be fair, that is a little bit of the sign of the times of when I got started, but certainly now I think homepage recommendations is way more important to focus on than search. So in case you don't already know how the YouTube algorithm works, here is a very quick crash course with some more doodles. When you publish a new video, YouTube will show it to a test audience. As I mentioned, if you're an established creator, this will likely be a group of your subscribers or returning viewers. If you're a newer creator, it could be a variety of people. based on the response of that audience, the YouTube algorithm will determine whether to show it to more or less people moving forward. If that initial group likes your video, YouTube will show it to more people, which leads to a very happy YouTube Studio graph that looks like this. However, if that test audience isn't so fond of your video, YouTube will show it to less people, resulting in a very sad graph like this. When the YouTube algorithm decides not to show your video to more people, it's not like a punishment for creators, even though I'll be honest, it can definitely feel like that. It's simply just their system for making sure that the most engaging content is shown to viewers. As creators, a lot of us think about the YouTube algorithm in a very creator-centric way. We think about whether our video is being pushed by the algorithm or not. That's really not how it works. The YouTube algorithm is actually very viewer-centric, and what it's trying to do is surface the most attention-grabbing and engaging videos to show to their viewers. And when you start to think about it that way, it makes a lot more sense. Okay, but how does YouTube decide whether your audience liked that video? It's not whether they hit the like button, though. You could do that right now. It's more so about these two very key factors. The first one being CTR, or click-through rate. Out of all the test viewers that they show your title and thumbnail to, how many actually clicked on it? This will be represented as a percentage. So let's just say, so for simple math, let's just say that your video is shown to 100 people and then 10 people actually click on that title and thumbnail. That would mean you have a click-through rate of 10%. This is just an example because that would be a hella good click-through rate. More typical or average click-through rates are more around the 3 to 5%, but this would be good to aim for. Okay, so next up we have AVD, or average view duration. Basically, this is measuring once someone clicks on your video, how long are they actually watching for? Little behind the scenes knowledge, the best thing you can do to support my channel is watch my videos to the very end. And that's what you want to get your viewers to do as well. Though on average, normally what you're going to see is probably something like a 30% average view duration. So the average person watches your video a third of the way through, roughly. The way that I've drawn these little funnels, by the way, might look familiar to you. That's because this is how it's represented in YouTube Studio. You can really think about this whole process like a funnel. Your video is shown to so many people, that's impressions. A certain amount of them actually click and watch, so that's your click-through rate. Of those people, they watch, maybe 30% of the way through your video, which then the number at the bottom of this will be your total watch time minutes. Essentially, as far as the YouTube algorithm is concerned, these two numbers, your click-through rate and your average view duration, represent how attention-grabbing and how engaging your video is. If the numbers indicate that your video is capturing attention and engaging viewers, then the YouTube algorithm is going to want to show your video to more people. If you want to start measuring your analytics more accurately, not just on YouTube, but across social media platforms, I highly recommend checking out Dash Hudson, the sponsor of today's video. Dash Hudson is actually my favorite social media analytics platform, and I think it's the perfect solution for content creators, social media managers, even agency owners to track all of your content's performance. You can sync your Dash Hudson account with your YouTube channel, your Pinterest, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your Facebook, and your Instagram, and see all of those insights in one place. What I love about Dash Hudson is that it has these really visually based dashboards, which makes interpreting all these numbers so much easier. Plus, with Dash Hudson's new Vision AI tool, you can even predict the performance of a new piece of content you haven't posted yet. So let's say you create a reel and you're wondering how well it might do in the Instagram algorithm. You can upload it into Dash Hudson and Vision will give you a prediction based on the performance of your past content. Plus, with the latest update, Vision can now help you summarize the data from across your dashboards. This really helps to interpret all your numbers and saves you tons of time. These kinds of insights are so valuable to content creators and social media managers. It's the kind of thing that I wish I would have known about when I was just getting started. And thanks again to Dash Hudson for sponsoring today's video. So I would also focus more on entertainment over education. Now, admittedly, this is partially preference. However, it is also strategic because I believe that entertainment content on YouTube is more relational and educational content tends to be a little bit more transactional. Now, I want to make a distinction here because there are lots of very highly successful YouTube channels that are teaching something, and some of these are actually my favorite. But I would argue that most of these channels that are doing really high numbers actually fall more into the edutainment category. Sorry, I know that's such a cringy word, but I feel like it's helpful here. Let's take one of my favorite channels, City Nerd, for example. Now, clearly his content is very educational with regards to urbanism and walkable cities. But the videos are done in a a very entertaining style or format. For example, videos like cities where people travel the wrong way to work and why, or this is the thing that will destroy our cities. With attention-grabbing titles and an extremely dry humor delivery, these videos skew more entertainment than they do education, as opposed to videos on a similar topic but are titled something like how to plan a walkable streetscape or a guide to designing bus rapid transit for your city. These are clearly educational. They're like guides or tutorials, and you can see how they'll probably appeal to a much narrower audience. And secondly, they're inherently more transactional because it's the type of video that someone seeks out when they need the information, but probably won't watch on like a week-to-week basis just for fun. Another way you can think about it, if your content is educational in some sense, ask yourself, is this video more for enthusiasts or is it for students? Like for me, I'm an urbanism enthusiast. I'm not like literally an urban design student. So if you want to build more of a community on YouTube and you want to do educational content, I would really think about it as entertaining enthusiasts rather than educating students. I think you'll have wider appeal that way and more longevity as a creator. This is kind of the approach that I'm trying to take now, and I wish I would have arrived at this strategy sooner. Okay, so I think this final one might surprise you. If I were starting over on YouTube right now, I would keep my business model simpler for as long as possible. So quick background on me, I graduated from university in 2018 and I knew that I wanted to be a full-time content creator. Only problem was I only had 2,000 subscribers at the time. So I decided to take the skills that I had learned being on YouTube for many years and become a freelance videographer. Freelancing allowed me a way to make money while still having a flexible schedule so I could focus a lot of my time on growing my YouTube channel. However, it did mean that from the very beginning, my attention was always split between my YouTube channel and serving my clients. Now, eventually this did grow into a full-blown agency, Creatorly Media, which by the way, I did just wanna let you know, we're currently accepting new clients at Creatorly for our Instagram and YouTube services. So if you're interested in either of those, you can go to creatorlymedia.com or click the link in the description, which honestly, I'm grateful for. I don't really think going back, I would change this, but it's true that it did pose a challenge because it's very hard to excel at something when your attention is split. Basically, from the beginning, I've been trying to grow two separate businesses with two separate business models at the same time, which like I said, I'm grateful. It has worked out for me, but it kind of made things more difficult than they would have had to be. So I think if I was completely starting over fresh on YouTube, I would probably benefit from keeping my business model simpler. This is what I would recommend for any new creator who's just starting to monetize, wanting to build out those income streams, but also not trying to get overwhelmed. Okay, first off, definitely start with affiliate marketing. This is very low barrier to entry. You can start signing up for affiliate programs right away. And the beautiful thing is it's quite passive once you get over the hump of the initial setup of everything. You can put lots of links in your YouTube descriptions. You could make a page on your website, a collection of all of your favorites. And then as long as you continue to mention those products organically in your content, you'll make sales over time. Second thing, eventually you'll become monetized on YouTube. This is an amazing income stream because you don't need to do really anything extra to try to build it up. All you need to do is focus on growing your YouTube channel, and AdSense monetization will fall into place eventually. And then beyond that, eventually down the line, the brand deal requests will start coming in. And when that happens, I think that's a really significant one to integrate as well. That is gonna be your foundational trio as a creator. And the great thing is like they all work together so well because ultimately they all are gonna get good results from the same type of effort going in, which is making engaging videos, increasing your reach and growing your audience. Whereas with other types of income streams, there's gonna be different types of effort that you need to put in. For example, a client-facing business, you need to put effort into customer service and obviously like the service that you're providing them. That's a different type of effort than just growing your YouTube channel. So I think the simplest business model as a creator is that combo of three: affiliate marketing, brand deals, and YouTube AdSense. Okay, and then if you want to complicate it a little bit beyond that, which might be for you, I would recommend, again, keeping it very simple, but maybe just selling like one digital product. Whatever makes sense for your audience, set something up that you can sell again and again so that you can basically just recommend it passively, similar to your like affiliate links, except for in this case, you get 100% of the profits instead of just like 2% or whatever. In the world of online business, I think it's very tempting to always be chasing the shiny new thing. And for me over the years, that has often been adding a new income stream, making a new course, creating a new product. And while that is very fun and inspiring, ultimately, as time goes on, you split your attention more and more between all of your different income streams. It's like you're creating these horcruxes of yourself, and it's like, well, I can't fully focus on any single one of them because I got so many different things going on. That's why I think it's best to keep your business model simple at the beginning, add your income streams as you go, slowly over time, so that you can make each one as effective as possible. The most crucial thing I would do though, if I was starting fresh on YouTube, is try to be consistent from the start. I know I said I got started about 14 years ago, but the truth is I really only started creating consistently in like mid 2018. So this is just your gentle reminder, if you're getting started, to first of all, publish that first video, and second of all, create a weekly schedule that you can actually stick to and commit to making it happen. Just think of how much further I'd be if I actually would have been consistent since like 2011 or whatever. Realistically though, I'm kind of glad that I didn't blow up online as like a 15-year-old. I feel like that has its own set of problems. But yeah, the point is, make a schedule, stick to it, and stop holding yourself back from your dreams, because you'll be so grateful to your past self when you finally start to see results from that consistent posting. Because I know once you truly embrace this journey, you're gonna go far. As I was saying before, one of the best ways you can support my channel is by watching my videos to the very end, which, good job, you've already done that. But the second thing you can do is actually watch another video of mine, and I think you're really gonna like this one. So make sure you click on that next. And as always, I hope that you're having adventures and following your dreams, and I'll see you over in this video. Okay, bye.